Alright guys, here's one thing that I do. If I don't get all my cells in, I don't freak out because I'm set up with the insemination to actually hatch out queens. So what I'll do, this is day 10, so don't freak out on me and oh my god, the cells are sideways. But I'm not going to, I'm still going to be careful with them. But I'll take the cells out and I put them in roller cages that I custom made little boards on my CNC. You could do it with a drill. But just your roller cages, some of them are kind of grimy, but I hatch them out in these. One thing I like about doing it this way is I take out the variable of did the cell actually hatch? Is it going to hatch? Which a good 85-95% hatch rate. Of course, 95% is awesome, but a good 85 to 90% hatch rate is a good take. This is why it's kind of hard for somebody who, when they buy cells and they only do 10 cells and you have 4 that don't hatch, you're kind of mad. But you buy 100 cells and 85, 90 of them hatch. That's a good take. We all strive for 100%, but come on now. That doesn't always work. But what I'll do is I'll hatch these girls out in these cages. So that takes the variable of did the cells hatch. And I can look at the queen, I can see if she's damaged or I can see if she's tiny, and I can select the larger queens. But once I fill this up, let's go look. You're going to hear my incubator running. I converted the chicken incubator into my queen incubator. But I'll fill up the bars, and I'm going to probably hatch out 300 queens, and then I'll put them into Seb-Bees cages and put them in a queenless hive in a bank until I can make my splits this coming week. And then I'll introduce virgins, and I get roughly the same take introducing virgins as I do dropping cells. But like I said, I took one variable out of did the cell hatch. So now the only variables I've got to worry about is did she mate properly? Did she make it back to the hive? So if one of my mating nooks doesn't take, or one of my hives don't take, then it's not, oh, the cell didn't hatch, because I got to look at the queen before she went in the cage. And sometimes they just don't like the queen and they don't feed her and they make their own. But my takes are a little bit higher hatching them out. And like I said, I'm set up for insemination, so I didn't have to go buy all the cages. Forgive the mess in the background, but I didn't have to buy all the roller cages. I already had them. I'm already set up to do this. And I don't do it on this large a scale for insemination. But I have OCD and I like making a lot of things at once. So that's what happened. So I've got enough to hatch out 300 cells, which I'll probably never use for the insemination side. I'll probably only use 10 or 15 at a time. But this is one way to save your cells, and if it rained that day, to where you couldn't get out and make your splits or couldn't get out and plant cells, you can hatch them out in your incubator. Just make sure there's some honey in the bottom of it. I don't know if you can see it, but I spilled honey all down in there, so when they hatch out, they have something to eat, and they have enough. I have enough time to where I can get them into a bank before they starve, and they can be fed by the girls. But that's one of the tricks I do. Oh, let's look at some queen butts. Everybody likes looking at queen butts. If you look, you can see the shadows. Let's try and block the light a little bit. But you can see all the queen butts. Let's see if we can get a little closer on this one. Look at that queen butt. It's a good thing to see. Uh-oh. What's in this one? Nah, she's down there. She's in there. But that one, I might take a closer look at that one. I don't know if I'm going to use that one. But we got queen butts in almost all of them. Move my hand. All right, with that, guys, let me get these girls into their cages and get them into the incubator.